Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. Cash Michaels, we had a big conversation in last week's show. What didn't you get a chance to say you wanted to?
Referring to the Charlotte Observer editorial on Dr. King, how he was not this cuddly civil rights leader that everybody makes him out to be, so forth. That's true. But I think what they're referencing more to is young people today don't see Dr. King in the cuddly terms
through the same lens
we've seen. They see him as a radical. They see him as someone standing up to an oppressive system and saying things, speaking truth to power. In fact, they say that's the reason why he was killed, that the very last thing that he did was to announce a poor people's campaign, to come to Washington, D.C. and challenge the powers that be to do something about poor people. And that folks did not want that. They did not want it. They did not like it. They felt that this was enough. He had stepped over his bounds when it came to protesting the Vietnam War. And they said, we've got to stop this guy. I think documents have shown through the J. Edgar Hoover and others that they felt that he was becoming a messiah, a black messiah, and that he had to be stopped. And we have all these conspiracy theories about who killed him, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to get into that. But the bottom line, though, is that I think what the Charlotte Observer is saying now, or said back in, 2018, I guess, when he wrote it, is something that many books have come out since King's death to point out. The fact that even though he was a very polished orator, one of the best in history, and certainly seemed very moderate in many of the things he was saying, the fact, and also that he was a Christian minister, that in fact he was a radical. Now, he was very much against what was going on in this country and wanted it stopped one way or the other. And so that if we're going to really pay tribute to Dr. King, let's pay tribute to the root of all of his advocacy, and that was that of a radical civil rights leader.
Yeah, and I asked you what you didn't get a chance to say. I didn't get a chance to ask you the question which I had asked John Hood on the show, which is there a moral voice today that is emerging to take his place? I personally am of the opinion William Barber may become that.
I would agree with you superficially. Yes, Reverend Barber has emerged as a national voice to speak to many of the same issues that Dr. King had championed. But having said that, we're talking, at least 50 years since Dr. King's death. And one of the things that we've learned is that no one man or woman really should be leading a movement, that the movement should be about people and about folks sharing the same philosophy and going forward.
But they've got to have somebody that is leading it.
And we've learned the danger of that once you identify that one person,
he becomes a target.
He becomes a target. And that's something that folks are trying to stay away from as much as possible. Black Lives Matter, for instance, it's hard to point to who is the leader of that movement.
Right.
And they've done that deliberately to make sure that you can't do that you can't kill the central figure
and stop the movement.
And stop the movement, exactly.
Interesting. Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.